Today I'm going to be watching Zayne's new memoria called Everlasting Wish. Thank you to Apricot Dewey for posting it on YouTube for other people to watch. So yeah, let's get started. The 5th bus smoothly glides to a stop at the station. After the doors open, Zayne gets off with slightly hurried footsteps. Hi. When he spots me, he pauses before quickly walking toward me. I'd like to welcome Dr. Zayne's first instance of tardiness for this year.
Sorry to keep you waiting. However, I suppose you're more delighted about witnessing me late rather than actually seeing me.
My smile widens, but before I can say anything, Zayne speaks.
I got on the wrong bus during the transfer.
You already answered my question. Now what am I supposed to say?
Why don't you tell me about what you planned for us today?
Another bus arrives, and the area becomes crowded. Zayne gently pulls me to the side and away from the stream of passengers flowing past the platform. It consists of only a few activities. Dates should be about having fun and going with the flow. The weather forecast did say it might rain in the evening. Hopefully it won't affect our plans to watch the fiery sunset.
How reliable is this weather forecast?
A drizzle isn't going to ruin our date.
Let's go. The first stop on your itinerary is that hillside flower shop.
It's quite far from here, and we can't take the bus. How will we... Before I finish my sentence, Zayne has already unlocked a tandem bike near the bus stop.
I'll bike. You can ride with me.
The path isn't steep, and Zayne maintains a slow pace. A soft breeze occasionally sweeps past and lifts the strands of my hair to tickle my cheeks. If you get tired, I can take over.
Are you doubting my cycling skills? Or this bicycle, miss?
I laugh as I remember how I once asked him a similar question. I recall a certain doctor who helped my injured colleague on his way home last night. I'm worried he didn't get enough rest, and that's also why we're not driving for a date. Zayne's car has blood stains from the injured person sitting in the back seat. Oh wow. He only had time to send it to the car wash this morning. We still have no leads on who attacked my colleague, and we haven't identified the mysterious substance in the bullet that neutralized their evil. My smile vanishes as I tighten my grip around his waist. The association sent out an urgent announcement. They told us to be on high alert during missions.
Since we're affiliated, Oxo Hospital also received the notice.
Zayne places his large hand over mine to slightly convey his feelings. I poke his lower back. Haven't you been working non-stop lately? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Sometimes I think you should carry an emergency contact card.
I promise to recite your phone number before I lose consciousness.
Zayne. Yeah, it probably would be a good idea to have like a card at least. I can't help but laugh at his teasing. I playfully pinch his stomach. Oh. The warm breeze carries away our heavy conversation, and we fall into a comfortable silence. Zayne? The flower shop will close by the time we get there.
Sorry. I thought going slow was one way to make our date last longer. After all, we haven't seen each other in quite some time.
We still have the whole day ahead of us.
Then hold on tight.
Well, this background is so pretty. Following my schedule, we arrive at the long-established flower shop to pick up the gift I pre-ordered for Zayne. When I was at the hospital, I saw you from afar a few days ago. You looked tired, so I assumed you weren't getting enough rest. Lavender oil can help with sleep. You can put it on your wrists before bed, or put some on your pillow. Why are you smiling at me like that?
No, it's nothing. Having someone who truly cares for me makes me happy.
Oh my gosh. Zayne. You could actually hear the smile in his voice. Then you shouldn't just smile. Make sure to use it before bed.
I will.
Before I can continue, the young owner finally finds my order and apologetically brings over a small flower basket.
Here's your lavender. Would you like to check and see if everything is in order?
Thank you.
Having just taken over the business from her family, the young woman is still inexperienced. She stammers as she tries to explain the flower's meaning.
Oh, right. Lavender is known for symbolizing waiting for hopeless love, devotion, and regret.
Zayne and I stiffen at her words. We exchange glances before looking into the basket. We don't see anything. Wait, something's missing. The lavender oil I left here beforehand should have been in the basket, but it's gone.
There's an elderly gentleman who buys a basket of lavender every week. It happened to be today. I must have mixed up the orders. I'm so sorry. How much was it? I'll compensate you right away. Or would you like me to get you a new flower basket?
Well, getting a new one would work, but if I can't give the oil to Zayne with the flowers today, it wouldn't be the same. While I'm still deciding, a group of customers suddenly enters the shop and livens up the atmosphere. Not wanting to put the young shop owner in an awkward position with so many customers, I'm about to agree when Zayne calmly speaks.
Does the elderly gentleman live far from here? We can take this flower basket and exchange it with him.
I'm sorry, I don't remember the address. Only my grandmother knew him.
If he's a regular, then perhaps there are records of his previous delivery orders.
Oh, yes.
The young shop owner clasps her hands, turns to grab her tablet, and quickly starts searching for the records. She excitedly reads out an address a moment later. Okay. Isn't that considered like confidential information? Like, you should not be sharing your customers' addresses. What the heck? That's like being way too trusting of random people you don't even know, giving them some other customer's address. Because if something happens, it's on you. Like, what? That would never happen. Sometimes the logistics of these stories don't really add up, but let's just pretend we didn't hear that and move on.
We are going to pretend we didn't hear that.
Hope is rekindled in my heart. After quickly thanking her, I grab Zayne's hand and squeeze through the crowded doorway. Oh good, it's only a 30-minute trip from here. We'll make it in time.
We still have a few hours until the ferry's scheduled departure. There's no need to rush.
But I was planning to take you to this quaint pastry shop for tea. It's tucked away in the old alleyways. Zayne pulls my arm and I start to walk slower. With a hint of amusement in his smile, he weighs the flower basket in his hand. I really like the bee charm on his suit. It reminds me of Manchester.
Wasn't regret one of Lavender's meanings? Missing out on tea and pastries would perfectly match your choice of flowers, yes?
You actually remember that? I'm not waiting for hopeless love. I don't want any more regrets with you either.
So that leaves devotion as the correct answer.
His words leave me speechless, yet I can't deny it. I thought you cared more about the medicinal properties and flower meanings.
Every lavender plant has medicinal properties. There's no need to focus on that. But when it comes to the lavender you gave me, I must interpret its meaning. Is this the place? It's so quiet. I don't think anyone lives here. The address matches what we saw earlier.
This part of the outskirts is even older than Bloomshore District. Dusty courtyard houses line both sides of the road.
I can smell lavender. This must be the place.
He raises his hand and knocks on the courtyard gate.
Who's there?
Hello, sir. Are you Warner?
No. I'm Mr. War.
I look up at Zayne and whisper, Are you sure he's our guy? Someone who's this grumpy doesn't seem keen on buying flowers.
Or maybe he's irritable because he got the wrong order.
Should we still make the exchange? I'm worried he might throw the flower basket at me. What? It's not that serious.
Like, it's not that serious. Trust me, I know that.
You have me.
That's exactly why I'm worried. You're a delicate doctor, which means I'm the one who needs to protect you. Nice giggle. As soon as our conversation ends, the gate creaks open to reveal a small, thin, elderly man with a bamboo rake. He's glaring at us. After hearing my explanation and seeing the flower basket in Zayne's hands, Mr. Warner's expression gradually softens.
I haven't touched that bottle of oil. I left it in the storage room with a flower basket. Come in. You can wait in the living room while I look for it. Watch your step.
Looking around, I see lavender laid out in giant baskets everywhere. They're on the ground, under the eaves, even on top of the courtyard walls. Every spot that catches sunlight is being used. Surprised by the sight, I'm about to ask Zayne what he thinks when I notice him raising his hand to wipe his forehead.
It's raining? The weather forecast was right after all.
Dark clouds drift in from the horizon, and the brilliant sunlight becomes murky. It starts pouring without warning. As Mr. Warner rushes into the courtyard, Zayne and I exchange a glance before helping him save the lavender. Within 5 minutes, all the lavender has been moved to a safe place.
Thank goodness you two are young and capable. Otherwise, I would have been twice as angry today. Thank you.
With the sudden downpour showing no signs of letting up, Mr. Warner insists we wait for the rain to stop. He soon brings us hot water and towels. Sitting on bamboo stools, Zayne and I dry ourselves.
Come here. Let's dry your hair first.
Zayne holds up a towel and patiently waits for me to move. The bamboo stool is too short for him, so his legs are bent, yet this awkward position creates perfect armrests for me as I lean back against him. Did you and Mr. Warner talk about something while moving everything inside? I heard him sigh.
I asked him why he was drying so much lavender. Aren't you curious as well?
Enjoying the gentle pressure from the towel massaging my scalp, I shift to find a more comfortable position in his arms. I mean, if I had to guess, maybe it's his spouse died or something, and that was their favorite flower. I mean, that's my guess. I thought he was planning to use the lavender for medicine. You thought the same thing, right?
Yes. I was more concerned about contamination since it would affect the treatment.
So what did he say?
He keeps them around, in the same way his wife did when she was alive. She loved lavender.
Yeah, I kind of figured. That's sad. My drowsy mind suddenly becomes alert. I turn my head to meet Zayne's gaze.
Flowers are the most useless things in the world, and I don't even like their scent. I just got used to smelling them wherever I go. He was slightly angry and resentful when he said that. Perhaps he's complaining about his late wife leaving him with a troublesome habit.
Or maybe he's complaining about how she suddenly left him. We watch the rain fall in the courtyard. Neither of us speak for a long time. Then Zayne runs his fingers through my hair and gently untangles the damp strands. Noticing water droplets still clinging to his hairline, I turn and push myself up against his legs. My turn.
Drying hair isn't a competition. We don't need to take turns.
It's not just about that. Isn't it obvious I have an ulterior motive? Oh, we're gonna mess up his hair?
Will I be able to stop you then?
No. And with that brazen declaration, I start enthusiastically messing up Zayne's hair.
Your ulterior motive is making my hair messy for the rest of our date?
Should I keep going? Don't worry, I'll make sure you get what you want. What do you mean by that? Grabbing a dry towel, I approach my main target. He holds my wrist but doesn't stop my playful assault. Delighted, I slightly laugh to myself. He's like a big cooperative snowball that's letting me squish him. Satisfied with my work, I put down the towel and slightly poke his flushed cheeks. You seem unusually cooperative today.
Cooperative? Maybe I do need your protection. After all, I am a fragile doctor.
Zayne, calm down. Chill. The word protection reminds me of the colleague who lost her evol after being shot by a ghost gun. What do you think happens when an evolver's evol disappears?
Most evolvers would panic, I suppose.
Zayne pauses. His gaze seems clear, as if cleansed by the rain.
Some might actually do well. After all, the responsibility of having an evil can be a blessing and a burden.
Which one are you then? I mean his gaze.
I didn't gain my knowledge, skills, and clinical experience using evil. And in my own field of battle, I've gotten to where I am today without relying on my evil.
Okay.
If such a day comes when I become an ordinary person, without an evil.
He gently lifts the hair on the side of my neck and smooths out the tingles. His voice is unwavering as he speaks.
Then I'll simply accept it, and continue doing what I need to do. There are many ways to stand by your side that don't involve combat.
Watching his expression as he speaks, I smile and mimic his actions from earlier. I smooth out the hair I had tousled. You're right. With or without evol, you'll always be Dr. Zayne, who's the best.
And just Zayne.
The rain follows steadily as soft snoring drifts from inside. Mr. Warner must have worn himself out. I sense Zayne move behind me and turn to see him pulling an old book from under a cabinet. What, you're just going through this man's stuff? Chill. We don't even know him. Doesn't this picture book look familiar?
They used to have these in every school library when we were kids. It was part of a series with over 20 books.
Zayne takes the picture book to a corner and gently shakes it. Dust dances in the air. The tightly pressed pages flutter open as if awakening from a long slumber. A dried four-leaf clover falls on the book. Zayne bends down to pick it up. Why is there a four-leaf clover in here? He places the clover between the pages and sits down next to me.
All right, let's read the story. We shouldn't disturb it.
The story is simple. A girl who grows lavender falls in love with a boy from the valley, but everyone claims he isn't human. When the townspeople drive the boy away with lavender, he vanishes in his true love's arms. Only his fragrance lingers in the air. Since that day, lavender could ward off evil and had a mystical fragrance. And the girl, having lost her love, spends the rest of her life searching for him. The book says the boy had a strange scent that could make people fall asleep. Was Snoozer the inspiration for that?
It also says he's handsome and dignified. You must think quite highly of Snoozer.
You don't get it. Those compliments are from the girl. Of course you think your true love is perfect.
Is that so?
Yes. Zayne glances at me before turning back to the first page of the book.
From their very first meeting, the girl knew the boy was from another world. And even though the boy said he'd leave one day, she followed her heart and fell in love with him without any hesitation. Do you understand why?
Smiling, I take his finger and guide it down 2 lines to point out a word. The answer is right here. The girl bravely expressed her love. Have you heard of that saying? When true love arrives, men grow timid while women grow brave. Zayne looks at me, his eyelashes trembling slightly as if touched by a breeze.
Yes. You've always been the braver person. You're willing to take the first step.
I do it because I know every step after that will find solid ground. Zayne closes the book and places it in a basket of lavender. That's it? And here I thought you were about to lead us from love to philosophy, or at least share some words of wisdom.
There's nothing we need to learn from it. They have their story, and we have ours. Let's wait for the rain to stop. We still have a date to finish.
The rain finally stops. Careful not to disturb Mr. Warner, we quietly gather our things and leave, but Mr. Warner soon runs after us. The lavender oil from his storage room has vanished. Oh, what? Where'd it go? Apologetic, Mr. Warner bundles up a large bunch of dried lavender and insists we take it with us. By the time Zayne and I rush to the dock, we learn that the last ferry has already departed 20 or so minutes ahead of schedule. What? Dang it.
The heavy rainfall warning was sent out in the afternoon and will last until nighttime, so the ferry services will be closing early. Visitors have been coming to this old dock to take the ferry and see the once-in-a-decade sunset on the river. But today's weather, even though the rain has stopped, we still have overcast skies. It's hard to say if we'll see it at all.
The trip only takes 15 minutes. Could the ferry depart again if it's not raining once it returns?
I'm afraid not. We've already posted the schedule changes on our official website.
We stand on the dock and watch the old ferry slowly disappear into the distance. Who would have thought our plans could fall apart in so many ways, even without drastic measures?
Let's go to the pastry shop for afternoon tea.
At this hour? What if you don't sleep well tonight? I look around. Then I take Zayne's hand and lead him away from the docks. We find a spot where the riverbank slopes down. Sitting on a bench beneath the large willow tree, I noticed how we could easily dip our feet into the river. I kick off my shoes and socks. Embracing the moment, I dip my toes into the water. Zayne, what are you doing?
Playing with the water.
I don't know when Zayne took off his shoes and socks. With his usual composure, he follows my lead and dips his toes into the river too. His hair is still somewhat disheveled, and his clothes remain slightly wrinkled. But with his legs stretched out in this playful scene, he looks relaxed. You look like a languid cumulus cloud.
Do you mean fluffy and large?
When I was little, I used to wonder if fluffy clouds tasted like cotton candy.
Well, now you have the chance to find out.
Stop. He opens his arms to invite me, and I only need to lean sideways to find that perfect spot in his embrace. Stop, this is too cute. His clothes carry the smell of lavender. His skin bears the fragrance of jasmine. He wears jasmine perfume? And his embrace possesses Zayne's unique scent.
What do you smell? Is it exactly like the cloud you imagine?
It's different but better. I look up and nuzzle his chin with the tip of my nose before speaking softly. The most beautiful clouds you'll see during a sunset aren't mine. The same can be said about those cotton candy cumulus clouds. Only this one is mine. It won't be blown away by the wind or melt in the rain.
You've developed quite a grudge against the rain today.
Even though nothing went according to plan. This is nice. Ripples appear on the river as light dances across its surface. They dazzle my eyes as everything around us melts into a soft mist. Just like how you're still Zayne, with or without your evil, this is still a date regardless of whether or not our plans worked out, right? Zayne looks at me. In his eyes, the water's glimmering light frolics across my face.
I'm starting to think this is part of your original plan.
His gentle kiss, warm and with a smile, touches my face. Stop, this is so wholesome. As evening falls, the sky remains overcast. But after spending time with Zayne and the river breeze, my disappointment has disappeared. The orange-red sunset sits half submerged in the dark river to create a beautiful tableau. Colorful lights begin to twinkle from the buildings across the shore. Pat? I'm not sure if it'll rain again. Zayne, should we head back?
Are you tired?
No, but it's getting dark. I guess we missed that once-in-a-decade fiery sunset. According to our original plan, we should have finished enjoying it by now, so we'd be on our way to a riverside seafood banquet.
Considering our share of little surprises today, if you're not hungry, perhaps we could replace the riverside dinner with something else.
Are you planning to make those surprises even more surprising?
Yes. Wait for me here.
Okay. I don't have to wait long. After about 10 minutes, I hear Zayne's approaching footsteps from behind. He's holding 2 cups of special bubble tea. Yum! One is large and the other is small. They're from the shop we passed by on our way to the dock.
The staff recommended 1 medium with low sugar and 1 large with 100% sugar. Which will you choose?
I'll take the low sugar one. he loves sugar, so he'll probably prefer the 100% sugar one. So he can take that one. Remembering how I used to secretly tag along on Axel Hospital's medical staff milk tea runs, I purposefully moved my hand between the 2 drinks.
If you can't decide, you can have both.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of taking what you like. The medium cup is enough for me. Thank him. Wait, he started blushing, hold up. As I take the bubble tea from Zayne, I stand on my tiptoes and playfully smack a kiss on his cheek. Wait, he's blushing so much. Oh, cute. I already have my own large... MC, come on. I already have my large with 100% sugar right here.
First on a cloud, and now...
Zayne's voice trails off as he notices something in the distance. He puts his arm around my shoulders and turns me toward the river.
Look over there.
The legendary once-in-a-decade fiery sunset I thought we missed has suddenly appeared before us. The gloomy clouds have mysteriously disappeared, and the sky bursts into a vibrant display of colors reminiscent of a flame. It transforms into a breathtaking masterpiece. The river's surface is a sea of dancing gold and crimson, a sublime scene where water meets the sky. I thought we wouldn't get to see it today.
Indeed. Thanks to things going awry, we were given a beautiful surprise.
Oh, I was so focused that I didn't even I didn't even notice the text. Despite all the problems we ran into, saying this before the day ends, it's
Worth celebrating.
oh my, cheers to MC and Zayne for not missing a once in a decade moment. Cheers.
Cheers. Today's date can also be considered a once-in-a-decade moment. I have a special surprise. Interested?
Of course. Sparklers. I see you also sneaked off to get sparklers. Oh my gosh.
I never sneak off when I prepare something for the two of us.
You're so well prepared. I think you're more excited about our date than me. What?
Took you long enough. Play with the sparklers, Miss Fairy.
Zayne, can you guess what I drew? Oh my gosh. This is so cute.
Are you trying to confuse me on purpose? Guess what I'm drawing then.
Rude.
Doesn't it look like a four-leaf clover?
They say a four-leaf clover is a symbol of good luck. Anyone who sees one will have their wishes come true. Make a wish, Zayne.
Sure. But I'm keeping it to myself for now. Instead of making a wish, someone is misbehaving. You'll know when my wish comes true.
Oh my gosh. This is so... I love this. Wow, this is so pretty. Zayne, look, visiting this place was definitely worth it.
Yes, I'm glad we came here. It's even better than what we planned.
Wow. Oh, I saw it over. Oh my gosh. Our once in a decade date is coming to an end. How do you feel, Dr. Zayne?
I don't want this to end. And I don't want to go home.
Oh.
I don't want to leave you.
Let's watch it together.
Wait. I still have something to say. I want to spend the next decade with you.
Oh my god. Okay, look. I'm so glad that I didn't watch the full trailer because pretty much all of that was a surprise to me. Like, the only thing I really knew was that it was fireworks. Like, I didn't... When I watched, like, a few seconds of the trailer, and I had it on mute so I wouldn't hear any of the voice lines. And I wasn't reading any of the text either. But, so I just saw like it was like fireworks, and that was like pretty much all I saw. And I'm so glad I did that because that was all new to me. Oh my gosh. So maybe I should do that from now on. Like, only, like, don't listen to the voice lines. And just kind of get a feel of the vibe. But don't really pay, like, try to avoid it as much as I can. Because that was so nice. Because it was good to experience it first, like, going through the memoria. By the time we return to Lincoln City, night has fallen. The street lights beneath my apartment building cast a soft glow on the ground. You have to work tomorrow, so don't worry about accompanying me upstairs. Go home and get some rest.
The same can be said about you. Rest well.
I lower my head to smell a large lavender bouquet in my arms. It's a shame you won't have any lavender oil tonight. I'll trim these and use them to make a sachet. I'll bring it to you when I'm done.
All right. I hope you make it quickly.
Are you more eager to see me or the lavender? Me.
You already know the answer to that question.
Then good night.
Goodbye. And good night.
That should mark the end of our date, yet neither Zayne nor I let go of each other's hands. Oh. You said goodbye and good night already. Why are you still holding my hand?
You haven't let go of my hand either, miss.
The classic no one wants to leave. Fuck. Let's count down from 3 and let go together. 3, 2, or neither of them gonna let go. Facing Zayne, I step back as I count. 1. I feel a grip on my wrist as Zayne suddenly pulls me into his embrace. I know you do this. With my head against his chest, I laugh as I playfully hit Zayne's shoulder with the lavender bouquet. It proves to be a rather ineffective weapon. Well, yes. Of course.
Don't you remember what the storybook said? Those struck by lavender will vanish before their true love's eyes.
I raise my head and put on my most solemn expression. I promise that will never happen so long as I'm here.
Thank you. I can feel your determination.
When true love arrives, men grow timid while women grow brave. We also read that today. But none of your words or actions have a hint of timidness.
It's because I also have a promise to make. I will never let the girl I love be brave on her own.
No. No. Okay. I need to calm down. I need to chill. Okay. I started like squealing. Okay, stop. Oh my gosh, wait. No, that was too cute. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love wholesome memorias like this. Like, it's just... I love the wholesome ones. Like, it's just sweet. Zayne was so sweet during this card. Like, it was just fluff, like, wholesome, cute, sweet. I loved it. So yeah, that was Zayne's Everlasting Wish Memoria. Thank you again to Dewey for posting the full memoria on YouTube, so people like me can watch it, that can't pull for it. So yeah, thank you. And that's it for this video. Bye.